Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Lola, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Lola's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we use while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Lola has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, as you can see, Lola is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Lola take off doing that now, and the command is Lola heel. Now, Lola has been trained to walk very nicely on your left-hand side at your pace, being sure not to pull ahead on that leash or lag behind for that matter. You'll see every time that she goes to sniff the ground, Fred gives her a slight tug and let go on that training collar to remind her to keep her head up and focus on the task at hand. Also incorporated into our heeling exercise is an automatic sit. So anytime that you're out walking with Lola and you stop, she should sit nicely at your left heel position, and she should remain seated in that position until you give her another command. Now, the next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the stay command, and the stay command is a hand and voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of Lola's muzzle, and the one-word command to stay. You're then going to walk out to the end of the training leash, and Lola should remain seated throughout the entire command. Now, this is a great command to incorporate into your everyday activities to help build up Lola's ability to stay for longer periods of time and then increase her self-control. And when you're working at home on the long sit stay, you're going to start at about a minute time frame and slowly increase your time up to 3 minutes. Now, Fred walked all the way around Lola and behind her as an added distraction. She remains seated throughout the entire command, which was a great job. And they're going to run through their heel, sit, and stay for you again. Automatic sit. Good job.
Stay.
So Fred's going to leave Lola in another sit, stay, and walk out to the end of the training leash. Now, this time, instead of returning back to Lola, they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come command. You're going to call Lola in using her name, and she should come in and sit nicely in front of you. Lola then returns to heel position by heeling around the back of you, returning to your left-hand side, sitting nicely, waiting for her next command, and they're going to demonstrate that again. Leave her in a sit-stay, walk out to the end of your training leash, and instead of returning back, call her in, using your leash almost like a fishing line and reeling her in, making sure she sits nicely in front of you. That prevents her from jumping up, which is a behavior that we would like to decrease, so we want to promote every time that she comes into you to sit down. And Fred gives her some pets there. We use lots of positive reinforcement and praise to keep them motivated throughout their commands. Now, the next command they're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. Again, you're going to use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word firm command to down. Then give that stay command and walk out to the end of your leash. Now, the same with the long sit stay. The down stay, she should remain laying in this position throughout the entire command. And this is another great command to incorporate into your everyday routine to build up her period to stay for long periods of time. And at home, you want to start at about 3 minutes and slowly increase up to 5 minutes. Fred returns back. She remain laying down. Great job. And they'll demonstrate that again. And this is a good time to remind you that you should be running through your obedience commands every day in a 10 to 15 minute formal obedience session. You want to work your commands both indoors and outdoors. And at first, you want to pick a less distracting area so that you and Lola can focus directly on each other. And then you'll slowly increase your distractions. Now this time they're going to demonstrate the come command from the down position where Lola will have to get up and come in. Good job. She returns back to heel position, sits nicely. Great job.
Stay.
Fred's going to leave her in another sit-stay and walk out to the end of the training leash to demonstrate our last command, which is a down from a distance. You're going to use your right hand from the end of the leash to give the down command, and Lola should go down very nicely. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Lola has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Lola, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.